So I've invested over $100,000 into the crypto markets, and with the recent surge that Bitcoin has had, I've been able to make over $20,000 in the last 7 days just from holding my assets. Now let me open up my Coinbase account. And by the way, if you don't have Coinbase and you're looking to score some free crypto, I got a special link for you down below in the description. But opening this up, we are up about $18,000 for this past week with the recent surge from Bitcoin. Now, even though I'd say I'm up a pretty significant amount in a short period of time, I've made the collected decision here not to sell. Now in this video, I'm going to be explaining my reason behind this. And I first wanted to kick this video off by talking about a huge misconception that I see most new investors still have in the markets. And that's the fact that they think you must be all in or you must be all out. And there's no way to play both sides. When it comes to investing, I've learned in the last 5 to 8 years that the ultra rich and a lot of successful investors do this one thing. And this is the ability to play both sides of the market. It means that even if the asset crashes or it goes up, you're still going to be able to benefit from both chances happening. Now, if you want to be able to do this where you're investing in both sides, you're going to need to first have capital that's already invested. All right, guys. So here we have my iPad, and let me show you just the biggest mistake that I see a lot of people making. Say on average, you're making $50,000 a year after taxes, after expense, after rent, mortgage, and all that. You have $1,000 left a month that you can invest into the markets. Now, I'd say that's even on the higher side for most people. Even while this economy is crashing, this is on the rare occurrence, but it's going to make this analogy a lot easier to understand. So a lot of people will either dollar cost average into the market with this, or they'll just go all in. To play both sides of the market, you do not want to do this. You actually want to hold on to a certain amount of cash, where I'd say even pull out about 50% of this and hold it as backup. So this is going to be what I call your ammunition for any time there's a major crash. But the other 50% of that, continue to play both sides. Now, I've seen other people who are able to do this on a more advanced level, where you actually put in, the 50% into the market here. And then what they do is they actually call short positions. And in turn, you're actually hedging against the market in case your current bag isn't going up. So another way to explain this is I have a good amount of cash within even just my exchange here on Coinbase, and I'm playing both sides. The way this is happening is because I have my initial investment that is still in there, and then I'm continuing to average in, but I'm also holding cash. If there is a major crash that happens, I'll be ready to buy up that dip. But if nothing happens and the market goes up, I still have a sizable position within my investment portfolio that will also ride up. This scenario might actually be a lot more common for people, and you guys may not even recognize that you are doing this right now, just because a majority of people I know got overly greedy in the last bull run, and they ended up not selling out because their average is also just too low. It's not even worth it for them to take out their crypto at this point. And if that's the case, follow this one rule here to save a lot of money, and that's to never sell when you're down significantly unless you have some reasoning behind there. If it's tax loss harvesting, I get it. That's something that we've done too. But if I take you through even my Coinbase account, earlier this year, I was at $53,000. If I sold here when everyone's saying it was going to crash even more, I would not have been able to ride the upside to an account that has now 132 grand. That is more than double of what I had in here since the beginning of this year. We're not doing the advanced level stuff. We're not making futures and doing these different call options on Bitcoin in case it goes down even further, hedging it against our portfolio of money that is riding it up. We're simply just being more conservative with our money and our expenses, dollar cost average slowly into the market, because it turns out that even since year to date, Bitcoin is up now over 100%. If you were averaging at any point, you would be up today on your investment if you started within the start of this year. So basically, easy way to do this. If you have anything within your crypto accounts, leave it, and you want to then build businesses. You need to have side hustles because it'll pay out more than any investment you make. Look, when it comes to crypto, if you make a 10x, that's actually pretty good. But with businesses, you make 100x or more. And I believe it's easier for the same amount of work and the level of risk that you're putting in. As someone who's done it myself, someone who went from trading crypto during the bull run constantly and the stress that came with it versus building businesses throughout the past few years, I'll say this: the business aspect is a lot easier. It's a lot easier to control your destiny when it comes to that. And I know a lot more successful business owners today who've made their wealth than people day trading. Even the best day traders in the world that I know, eventually get stopped out. Think about it like this too. If you're new and competing against a trader who's also been in the market for multiple cycles, you're gonna be their exit liquidity. A lot of people assume that you can get in, you can get lucky once, and you're gonna be good. But in most instances, you're competing against not just experienced traders, but hedge funds and quant traders and people who have capacity with different algorithms and systems underneath their belt, who have even more capital and more tools that they can leverage. Now, this isn't to say don't ever invest into the market. This is why I want to focus on the aspect of still being able to play both sides. But at the end of the day, here's one thing I've realized. If you are a newer retail investor, or you started at least within the last few years and you haven't been able to make a ton of money, I would say the best way to still get started is to make sure that you have a good community surrounding your long-term goals. Having a community is huge. Not only can you surround yourself with like-minded individuals, but within a community, you can get the help that you need. Stack that up with the education that exists around trading, and I believe you can at least improve your odds of being able to make money within the market. Now, if you guys have been looking for a community, I have a link for that down below in the description. You also have access to 5 top trading analysts and coaches that are posting their entries, their stops, their exits, and the reasoning behind their trade. This group here is going to cost you $1.66 a day to join, and I personally think that right there is so worth it for the amount of value you get in return. Now, we have a 14-day money-back guarantee policy. If you don't like it for whatever reason, no hard feelings, just cancel it. You'll get your money back. Looking back in my investing journey, I wish 4 or 5 years ago when I was getting into the space that I had a community just like this, so it could stop me from making the reckless mistakes that I've made even across my investing journey. Even right now, if you see me up like $20,000 on my account, I've lost way more in different assets, whether it was the NFTs or even the whole AMC run that we had. There were moments that I look back on and I'm like, did I really need to buy this asset at this peak with no fundamental reason? Look, sometimes hype can get the best of us, and just as it got the best of me, I want to make sure that you guys have the best resources at your disposal to make sure it doesn't happen to yourself. All right, so with all that being said, what's my plan moving into the next year? How am I playing both sides? Well, I've been stacking up on cash. I've been reducing the amount that I've been dollar cost averaging into the market, but that is still always something I'm doing consistently every single month, regardless of whatever happens within the space. If the bull market happens tomorrow, I'll be ready for it just because of my current value that I have within all of my different portfolios and assets. But at the same time, I still have a manageable cash position where I'm ready to invest in case there's any other crashes. To even get to this level where you have the option of playing both sides like this, you need to have money. You need to have capital. You need to then have different sources of income. And if your 9 to 5 is not cutting it, if that's just covering your rent, which is extremely high, your mortgage, your car payments, the food that you need, then you need to consider having a different stream of income than ever risking the money that you're using to feed yourself and your family. So for me, I think businesses are the way to go. I think that's going to be the silver lining at the end of the day. And if I was able to build multiple successful businesses, I know that you guys can too. Give it a shot. I have a ton of resources on this YouTube channel. We're going to be coming out with even more guides for you guys to get started with businesses that I've had experience in, and some of the things that I would even do now in order to make 6 to 7 figures. If you guys found any value at all within this video, be sure to drop a like down below. Let me know in the comment section, and be sure to check out the links down below in the description if you also want to pick up any free stocks. I got free stocks with Webull and with moomoo. There's also a little promotion if you happen to be in Canada right now. Shout out to my Canadian viewers. Moomoo is accessible for you too there. So check out the link down below in the description. There's an elevated offer currently at this time. And if you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, my handles will be down below for you as well. Thank you all so much again for watching this video. I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.